You know that feeling, right? That super frustrating moment when your spreadsheet just gives up. The screen freezes, you see that little spinning wheel, all because the data you're trying to analyze is just too big. Well, today we're going to dive into Databricks. It's the platform that was literally built to solve that exact problem. So let's get into it. Seriously, we've all been there. You're chugging along in Excel, you paste in one more column, and boom, it crashes. Look, Excel is awesome, but it has its limits. We're talking maybe a million rows if you're lucky. Databricks, it's on a completely different planet. We're talking trillions of rows of data. And it doesn't even break a sweat. It just works. And this is what we call the big data wall. It's that point where all the tools we know and love, like our spreadsheets, just can't keep up with the insane amount of information we're creating every single day. So the big question is, how do we get over that wall? Well, you need a totally new kind of engine. And the engine that powers this whole solution is called Apache Spark. The best way to think about it, it's like going from a regular car engine to a high-performance V12 for data processing. It's just raw power. So what is this thing really? To put it simply, Apache Spark is an incredibly fast engine designed for huge, huge data sets. And the secret to its speed? It all comes down to one word: parallel. See, it doesn't do one thing at a time. No, it does thousands of things, all at once. Okay, let me give you an analogy. Imagine I asked you to read a 1,000-page book and summarize it in 5 minutes. Pretty much impossible for one person, right? But what if you had a team of 100 people? That's how Spark works. You've got the driver, who's like the project manager. It gets this giant book, that's your data, and immediately rips it into chapters. Then it hands out one chapter to each executor or worker. Here's the magic. They all read their chapter at the same time and report back what they found. The driver then quickly pulls all those summaries together into one final result. That's parallel processing. And that is why Spark is ridiculously fast. All right, so if Spark is this super powerful engine, then what in the world is Databricks? Well, think of Databricks as the entire beautifully designed car built around that engine. It's the dashboard, the steering wheel, the comfortable seats, the whole workshop, all in one place. And here's the really crucial part. Databricks isn't just about that raw engine power. It's a collaborative space. This, honestly, is its real magic. It takes all these different people, your data scientists, your engineers, your analysts, who used to be stuck working in their own separate, clunky systems, and brings them all together into one single unified platform. Now everyone can work with the exact same data, using the same tools, to build everything from simple reports to really complex AI models. And when you look inside this workspace, you've got everything you could possibly need. You have notebooks, which is where you write your code and do your analysis. You've got clusters, that's the Spark engine power that you can rent by the minute. There's a data tab, which is like the library where all your data lives. And you've got jobs, which is how you automate all your boring, repetitive work. It's all right there, perfectly integrated. Okay, so having all this power is amazing, but let's be real, raw data is usually a complete mess. It's disorganized and full of errors. So Databricks gives you a blueprint, a proven recipe for turning that messy raw data into pure gold. And this blueprint has a name, the Medallion Architecture. First up, we have the bronze layer. This is your landing zone. Just think of it like a big delivery truck backing up to your kitchen and dumping all the raw ingredients on your doorstep. It's unfiltered, unsorted, you get everything exactly as it arrived. The golden rule here is you don't throw anything away. You just get it all into one place. Next, we move to the silver layer. Now we start the prep work. This is where we wash the vegetables, trim the fat, and get everything organized into a nice, neat meal kit. We take that raw data from the bronze layer, we filter it, clean up all the errors, and put it into a structure that's way, way easier to work with. And finally, we get to the gold layer. This is the finished meal served on a beautiful plate. The data here is aggregated, refined, and summarized into these high-value, pristine tables that are ready to go. Ready for business reports, for those fancy dashboards, and for training AI models. It's really a journey from total chaos to perfect clarity. But even with this amazing process, there's a huge, critical question that always comes up. What if you find a mistake? What happens if some little error from that raw data somehow slipped through all the cracks and is now corrupting your final, super important gold-level reports? This is a massive, massive challenge in the world of data. This is where Databricks pulls out its secret weapon. It has this incredible safety net called Delta Lake, and honestly, it's a total game changer. It gives you two superpower features. First, it's basically mistake-proof.
This is because of something technical called ACID compliance. But what it means for you is that any data operation either completes perfectly or it doesn't happen at all. No more of those half-finished jobs that just wreck your data. And second, and this is my favorite part, it has a rewind button. They call it time travel, and it lets you instantly jump back to any previous version of your data. It's exactly like restoring an old save file in a video game. It is an absolute lifesaver.
Okay, so let's recap. We have a crazy powerful engine, a fantastic workshop to use it in, and an incredible safety net. But why does any of this technology actually matter? What's the point? Well, it's all about one thing, putting your data to work to create real, tangible business value.
Because once you have that clean, reliable gold data you can actually trust, you can power literally everything. It becomes the fuel for those critical dashboards your CEO is looking at first thing in the morning. It becomes the solid foundation for the advanced AI models that can predict what your customers are going to do next. It's simple. Trustworthy data leads to trustworthy insights. And the impact here is just massive. Think about it. When your teams can easily access and trust their data, they don't have to spend weeks and weeks just checking and rechecking to make sure it's right. They can just make decisions faster. We're talking a dramatic reduction in time. In fact, a lot of companies report they can get from a business question to a confident, data-backed answer up to 80% faster. That is insane. So, to wrap this all up, all the cool technology behind Databricks, from Spark to Delta Lake, it's all designed to do one thing and one thing only: help you actually listen to what your data is trying to tell you. It gets rid of all the technical roadblocks so you can just focus on the insights. So the only question left for you is, are you ready to listen?